Hello, people of Earth. Finally, I'm done. Big Tex is in the house. Mike Mentor, TJ Jones, Battleborn, Harmon, Ace, Harold, Travis Christians. What's up, guys? What happened? I needed new brakes. That's what happened. I did 3 live feeds earlier because they're all like 5 minutes apiece, and was telling everybody about me being in the shop getting my brakes done. Hey, Justin. So I got the report. So it's the cost of being an owner-operator. Yeah, TJ, I did one live feed to talk about stuff while waiting for the shop, and then the shop called me. Hey Jeff, are you like, how's it going? And then I tried doing one from in the shop, and then they called me to look at something. Hey Stu. And then I did a third one, and by that time the spirit was gone. So I figured, since you guys were curious earlier, Southbound J, how's it going? I would let you know what the damage was. Harold is going to guess $650. Okay, I was at the TA Big John, not anymore. So, yeah, why don't you guys take a guess? I had both wheels brakes were done on the front, and then one rotor. So you guys guess how much it was. Harold's guessing $650. Rob's guessing $875. This is the boss, Mrs. Like. Oh, okay. TJ's saying $1,100. John Cater says $900. Ace says $750. Larry Fisher says $1050. All right, here he is. The total price was $696.02. That's how much it costs. $1. I wish, Ace, I wish. $324 for the brake shoes. And $176 for the drum. And then the labor on that was $120.99. And then shop environmental fee, in other words, getting rid of my old brake pads plus my old rotor, which they're going to make money off that because the, you know, it's metal, they'll scrap it. And then $43 in tax. Yeah, John Cater says not bad. Yeah, see, brakes usually aren't a big deal. And then, yeah, he thought labor would be high, that's why he shot high, says TJ. Yeah, they only charged me an hour, I believe, so. Yeah, 1 hour. Most shops have like a standard rate for brakes. $750 minus truck repair equals dinner. Now it means the load I delivered today and the next load I'm doing tomorrow is free. I'm not making any money. So that's my inspection passed. So hopefully they got it in the system right. Harold says trip for one to Cayuga, Indiana. TJ says I got lucky. Larry Fisher environmental fee. LOL. Yeah. Well, you know when I got my oh, where was it? When I got my steer tire put on, they charged me for the amount of grease to put on the lug nuts. Can you believe that? So, Lon, what's up? I was like, who's behind you? It's your Eddie flag. Yeah, it's my Eddie flag. Turn that off. So, that's the damage, guys. It's the cost of, you pay the cost to be the boss. That was something my CDL instructor always said. He has that, Butch, if you're in here, you'll appreciate this. He had this real low, deep voice. He's like, you pay the cost to be the boss. So yeah. Anyways, just like I suspected, I wouldn't get done until rush hour. So, hey new beef, Steve. And so, as I'm sitting there in the shop the second time here at Schneider, they got country music station going, and they do a local traffic report. Yeah, I-20's messed up. And I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna spend the night here, leave out about 3 a.m. before, you know, traffic time, and then try to get home by tomorrow. Juan asks, how's Godson doing? He's doing all right. He leaves out tomorrow for a load. TJ says, I've had enough of the pre-holiday running, heading to Oxnard, then going home. Let's talk about that for a second, TJ Jones. CT and I were talking about this earlier. This next coming week, you're going to find, in our world, in the big orange world, you're going to find a lot of loads that won't confirm. A lot of loads that won't confirm until last minute. Or they'll have an extra amount of time on them. In other words, 500-mile runs that have 2 or 3 days on them. Most places take off Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving. And the other thing is, starting on Tuesday, you're going to see a lot more traffic, especially in certain areas. And these are people traveling for the holiday of Thanksgiving. And this is also the time when people that normally don't drive the interstate are on the interstate. You know, they might drive the interstate once or twice a year, so they will have a tendency to be distracted or slow, or, you know, I hate driving this time, you know, right before Thanksgiving because of that. So the low board gets kind of weird because there's a lot of customers that won't confirm, and a lot of customers that won't ship till Friday. You know, back in the Landstar days, you had to be careful because the agent might tell you that you can deliver Wednesday, and then you find out you can't, or it'll deliver Friday and you find out you can't because the place is closed and they weren't informed. So all the amateurs are out, says Ace. Yep. Steve says we used to get a lot of loads out of Oxford, now not so much, right? So, and then another thing I'm kind of reminded of here is I ran into a subscriber here at the yard. It's been happening more and more lately. And a guy named Julio. And the poor guy, he was really, like, he was really happy to see me, but he's concerned for my health, and he was so scared to tell me. Jeffrey Like says the boss wants a CD. I've got a whole stack of them. Jeffrey Like, how about you give me your address, text me your address, and I will mail you a nice little care package. Maria says I worked for Schneider back in 1994, the pumpkin patch. Wow, you're old school there, Maria. You're famous, Snorlord. Right, Larry. I am. I am famous. Don't ever forget that. TJ Jones says, I'm not worried. I will deadhead home. I made some good cash on this trip. That's another thing. Unless you just want to run this week, you don't want to be more than a tank full of fuel to get home. Because if your load bottoms out, if your load cancels, you know, that was the strategy I used at Landstar. Was I wanted to make sure that if I booked something, it was close to the house just in case it canceled. So bring a CD to orientation. Okay, I was going to send you something else, but when is orientation, Jeffrey? Needs to be today. Today. So I talked to a lady who was a lease operator at KLM, and she paid her truck off there, did it for another year, and then she went over to Landstar. So we were talking about that. But what was interesting to me is she told me about all the same issues that I had. And she's doing okay over there. She's only been over there since March. But it's interesting that the problems that I saw have not been solved. First week of April. Okay. We'll hold you to that. Peterbilt Mark's in the house. Harold wants an orientation date too. He says a signed guitar. Anybody wants to buy a guitar, I'll sign it. I don't know if, you know, that way you can look at your guitar and go, who the hell wrote on my guitar? I bought a guitar from a pawn shop one time. It was a Lita Ford signature. Actually, it was a piece of crap BC Rich guitar that was signed by Lita Ford. And that thing was horrible. What it was, some radio station gave it to somebody, Lita Ford signed it. Didn't have any certificate, it wasn't worth anything. And it wouldn't stay in tune to save its life. I got rid of that. I almost broke it. TK says, bring homemade cookies from the truck stop parking area. She was hot back in the day. I think she still is. The ones that they sign are only for looking at. Right. Right, Mark. So another interesting thing that happened is that there's this homeless dude begging for money out front. He comes up to me and he's like, hey man, I'm hungry, you know, you got some spare change, you know. I said, man, I don't have any money, you know, and I'm literally outside behind my truck looking at hundreds of dollars, you know, going out the window, right? I said, no, dude, I'm getting ready to spend a bunch of cash on this. And so he goes, you got any change or anything? So I pulled out 35 cents is what I had. I gave it to him. So I'm sitting at the picnic table and he's like sitting by the shop and he starts begging people. Everybody goes in and out of the TA there. And it was interesting to see everybody's reactions, right? One guy argued with him and lectured him for like 10 minutes. Ended up giving him $1 anyways. And then another guy came out with Burger King, you know, and he had a shake and the whole meal, and he's like, you know, I think he was parked in the fuel line too. He's like, doo-doo-doo, you know. And the guy's like, hey man, you got spare change? You know, and he goes like, well, I got food. Okay. So he hands him his food, then he walks back in, goes to Burger King and gets some for himself. I'm like, and so the dude, the homeless guy, he sits down and he hides the food. Because see, these guys that claim that they want, you know, because now this guy just took away his excuse for needing money. I need food. Well, you can't sit there with a cheeseburger in your mouth going, hey, I need food. I need money for food. And so he and I were talking. He's like, so he tried to give this sob story with me. So he's like, yeah, man, my mom died and my dad died, and they took the house when they died, so I live under a bridge. And you know, the only thing I could think of was that Red Hot Chili Pepper song, Under a Bridge Uptown. Yeah, that song. So I told him, I said, yeah, dude, I was homeless once, man, I get it. And he kind of looked at me funny. I'm like, no, it's true. And I said, man, you just got to rise above it all. He goes, man, well, you know, I applied here for a job, and you know, I'm waiting for them to call me back. I'm like, right. Hey, the bum out front wants a job. Should we give him a job? But so, you know, it was interesting. I said, well, you know, the problem is these people walk in and out of the TA. The food's overpriced. All the items are overpriced, and they're getting diesel fuel or shop work that costs money. So no one wants to give me any money because the TA is already taking it all. You know, you get no sympathy here. You need to find somewhere else, you know. And he's like, I said, I don't know why people think us truck drivers have a lot of money, because we don't. It's either all tied up in the truck, or, you know, we just spent a month out here, and we don't want to give our money away. Let's go over the comments here. TJ says, remember the band Vixen? Yep, I do. I think, didn't 2 of the members die here recently? That was me, spare change, LOL, says Larry Fisher. Larry says, I offered a homeless guy dinner and he wanted money for beer. It's a racket. Yeah, I know, Mark. Springfield's got a ton of them. Jeff, is roof okay? Did you stop the leak? Yeah, Jeff, how's your roof doing? Thomas Wilson, what's up? Lots of homeless in Oregon, doesn't get cold enough to freeze them. Yeah, that's the thing. You notice that, you know, you probably don't see homeless bums in like Fairbanks, Alaska. Trucker Eric, I'm in Dallas at our yard. I have a hard time feeling sympathy for someone who begs. Right, if you're out here long enough, you can know, you can tell the people that are legitimately hungry. I think there was one time where I was in El Paso, and this dude was obviously homeless. He had a dog with him, and he just, dude, you got any food? He didn't ask for money. He didn't ask, you know, so I gave him a can of beans and one of those cup of ramen things, so him and his dog could eat a little bit. There's been vets that have died in the cold out here, Larry, says Big John. Vets. But Truck Eric says, I was in Dallas today up at Mount Pleasant right now. Right on. Now, for some reason, I don't know what's going on, but there's like 20 of those Stoughton rental trailers here that have Snyder on the front. They're white with blue trim. And they all got fifth wheel locks on them, or kingpin locks. Fifth wheel lock. And so I don't know if we got a new account or what, but this company driver just took his picture of his truck. I guess he was, you know, liking the fact he's not pulling an orange trailer. So I don't know, I guess we got a new account or something. Every corner here in Vegas, says Stu. Yeah. Ace says, that's a different story, homeless veterans. Yeah. Yeah, you know, in Springfield, every intersection's got them now. They've become kind of the, like someone put a memo out and said, all right, hit Springfield, you know. And what's funny is they see my truck, they see the trailer, and they think that I'm just a passerby, and not realizing that I've seen them on every intersection at different intervals. And like Pale Rider and another friend of mine have seen the same guy at 2 different truck stops. And he holds a cell phone with a picture of a kid in the hospital bed with all these wires hooked up to him, and tries to give you a sob story. And you know, that guy's been doing that for about 9 months now. So, and then the guy today, what's funny is that one of the guys that came out of the truck stop, you know, the guy's like, hey, you got any spare change? The guy's like, I just gave you $1 like 10 minutes ago. He's like, oh, yeah, right, sorry. so yeah, I don't, you know. If you have a cell phone, then you have money. I don't, you know, that's a misconception, Maria. Back in the 80s, Reagan passed this thing to where people that were on welfare could get phone service, like regular telephone. And I guess that particular benefit has turned into cell phones. And so just because they have a cell phone with service doesn't mean that they've got money. I've seen in Reno a guy with the sign, why lie, I need a beer. Well, see, Battleborn, I would give that guy money because he's being honest. Trucker Steve says, ever been to Tampa? They're homeless, need to register and wear a safety vest. Wow. Maria says she's from Canada, there's no benefit for that. Yeah, Obama phone. Trucker seal, yeah, it's kind of the nickname they've given him. But it's actually something that was passed by Reagan, believe it or not. So instead of driving to Durant tonight, I decided to just stay here because I'd be in the middle of rush hour and I-20 was all messed up. So Ace says, back when I delivered locally in Tampa, I had a guy in a wheelchair roll up to me giving me a sob story, and a week later I see him walking around. Right, Ace, that's happened to me in Springfield. There was one guy that was in a wheelchair, and he was moving the wheelchair with his legs. He wasn't that bright. So, but anyways, you know, you got to be careful, you know, of the homeless, quote unquote. So they are homeless, but they revive some type of money and choose to live like that, says Ian. Yeah. But for the most part, today was an expensive and unproductive day, and it started off so good. You know, they sent me a trailer assignment, and I literally had to take a block down. You know, that comes to the attitude part, right? So where they had me drop my trailer was literally 2 doors down from where I delivered. And some guys would have been like, there's no need for me to drop a trailer 2 doors down, you know. And the way I looked at it, it was an easy 25 bucks that took like 10 minutes. And then I get the fuel benefit of bobtailing to my next load. So you guys should see the sunset. See if I can do this. There you go, check that out. Isn't that cool? That's one of the perks of this job. Speaking of which, there's one of my twins. Check her out. I met her at GATS. And if you remember, guys, that were at GATS, she's one of the ones that won the Wii Boost. And I asked her about it today. She came up to me and she's like, how you doing? I'm all right. And I said, you got that Wii Boost up yet? And she said, no. Maria, you were at GATS? Or you were homeless? But yeah, she's a nice gal. She was supposed to be delivering in Ardmore I think tonight. I don't know if she's gonna make it. So I don't know. But you want a few things? I didn't win squat. And you know, those Wii Boosts, those things are overpriced. I would have taken one if it was for free. And not that it would do me a lot of good, because we're not supposed to be talking on the phone here at Snyder while we're driving, right? But yeah, I didn't win squat. I did. The only thing I got cool from GATS, besides a lot of leg pain, was this thing. This thing was awesome. This is tough testing. You guys have seen me show this off. Bright, dim, flash, off. So. But yeah, that's one of the perks of this job, is that sunset. The only thing ruining the sunset is a bunch of stupid trucks in the way. But the weather's been kind of nice. It was really hot and stuffy inside the TA. Man, you want to talk about misery, man. Put a bunch of guys that are trying to pay for their stuff, and they're not getting any help. So, customer service is lacking. I went into one of the restaurants to buy something for food, you know, because I hadn't eaten all day, and I couldn't get back in the truck. So I go, you know, the guy at Taco Bell, I go up to the counter, he's just like, what? That's what he said, man. It's like, I walked right back out. I'm like, okay. So I ended up buying some stupid crap from the deli. Surprised I'm still alive. So Maria says, I met up with Rudy and Pale Rider and I shook your hand. Okay, Maria. Oh, we got a company guy getting ready to park next to me. Hope he doesn't idle. I might be 0.1% over on my overspeed for the last 6 months, so I might have to wait another month to get my truck. Says Ace. Oh, that sucks, Ace. Yeah, it's kind of rough going from the company side to the IC side, because you got to worry about all that overspeed and all that stuff. But once you come over here, you don't have to worry about overspeed at all. Is he going to turn his truck off? Yeah, he did. The breeze is going right through the truck, man. It's kind of nice. There's another guy there. He was getting his trailer DOT'd. And he's sitting there idling his truck, and he wasn't even in the truck. I don't get that. Why do you idle the truck and not be in it? And then sit there and bitch you're not making any money. So anyways, thanks for showing up, guys. Hey Anthony, you're late. I'm getting off this live feed. So Ace says I had a truck that cruise didn't work, so I had 14% in August. Ugh. Maria says we have freezing rain coming tomorrow. I wish I was there. Orion says don't leave. Orion has finally gotten in my live feeds. Orion, I need to give you a wrench, but I can't do it from the phone because I don't have an iPhone. So if you want a wrench, Orion, make a comment in my most recent video, and I'll do it from the laptop next time I do it. Anthony says you were doing adulting and parroting stuff. Well, what fun is that? Hey Ron, what's up? Oh, this is also a power bank, guys. See? You plug in your phone there, right? And then when you charge this, it plugs in there. I paid 30 bucks for this thing, and it was worth every penny. Tough tested. We'll do the tough tested. It's tough, and it's been tested. Here, I'll throw it out the window. James Bass says, just got parked, been uploading videos since 9 a.m. Dang, man. Is it an hour long? That might be why. Oh, run it over. No, Orion, I'm not running over. Hey, Orion, did you see the video where I uploaded all of Batman's music? Yeah, you did, because you shared the link on Facebook. So... anyways, so guys, that's it for me. Even when life craps on you, you gotta take it as it comes. Ryan says it may be tough tested, but it's not Snorlord tested. Oh, it's tested. It's tested. Here, I'll test the brightness. Pretty bright. Here, I'll test the strobe. There you go. And I'll test... oh wait, we gotta do the SOS thing. There we go. Right, since I can't drive, I'm blind. Well, you wanted me to test it, so I did. James got his PM and alignment done today. How much that cost you there, James Best? The alignment should have been around 300 bucks, and the PM should have been around 300 bucks. Orion says, good thing I'm retiring in January, haha. I've heard you mention that before. You should tell me of your plan. How are you going to retire? I thought you were going to own another truck. Or you're like, screw the truck. Maria says, let my son test it. He breaks everything. Right? $250 for the alignment, coupon for PM, and $50 for shakedown. Well, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Screw the truck, LOL. Property investments. Orion, now you're talking. That's where the money's at. You guys want to know what true wealth is? It's property. Think about the old days. The old days, back horse and buggy days. That was your test of true wealth was property. So, and it still is. Bitcoin. I don't know anything about that Bitcoin stuff. Finally getting stuff settled at home front, so I should be back on the road soon, says Anthony. Well, that's good. Maria says I have property, we'll be selling some to buy a truck. Well, Maria, that's kind of silly. I will still have my old beast, though. I may pull the cat out and toss a blown 454 in it. Yeah, good deal. Man, I've been hearing a lot of sirens. I bet you that's I-20 screwed up. Let's see what I-20, let's see what Dallas looks like. Got my tablet here. Go to Google Maps. Please, please, please just go by and talk to the local pack lease guy. Stu, I can't do anything, man. I'm upside down on this truck. Besides, MHC Kenworth, you ain't getting in there. Dallas is a mess this time of day. When is it not a mess? Alright, here it goes. I don't know if you guys can see the colors. Can you guys see that? There. See all that red? All the red. Look at all that red. Anthony says, I'd sell some stuff to buy a truck, but apparently selling my kids is illegal. Battleborn. 3 a.m. Right, Battleborn. You got my drift. on the 4th of never like a Christmas tree. It is, man. It's all like red. It's like green over here. Yeah. And I'm about, where am I? I'm like, well, I'm where the blue dot is. You guys, I'm right there. Anthony says Dallas is always red. But, you know, what's funny is a friend of mine was going to go to a concert, and he was looking at either Chicago or Dallas, or no, it was somewhere else in Dallas. Because that's, you know, the place the band was playing, right? So I sent him a screenshot, because he asked if Dallas traffic was bad. So I sent him a screenshot of the map like that. I said, hey, all the red is where traffic is. And he looked at it, and he's like, all right. And he went to wherever the other spot, wherever that concert was. It's like, yeah, Dallas traffic is something else. It's gotten better though. 35E is almost finished, so that was kind of nice going through here. Yeah, Friday night shuffle, says Ryan. Yep, Friday night. That's why I'm still here. It is worth it to go home a few hours later than I normally would by not dealing with Friday evening traffic going up out of town. Ryan says, last time we were at that TA 4 years ago, a lot lizard was hitting on my sweet pea. Stay safe, big homie. I got to get ready to go out with the family. All right, Juan. Julio, if you're watching, I got your message, man. No worries, no disrespect. I appreciate your concern. But Julio's concerned for my health and for... I know Orion. I know Sweet Pea is your wife. See, what that lot lizard was doing is if she can get your wife in on the action, most guys want the 2-girl thing, and you know, she can make double the money. That's what, you know, and sell some cookies while she's at it. Just to think I'm moving back to the DFW area by next year. My wife has never driven to Dallas, says Anthony. Well, she's in for a good time, Anthony. So guys, thanks for watching. I've got nothing else to say. Nothing else to say except I need a shower and need to go to bed so I can get up early. Early. See ya.